Hi guys, I'm Steph Prem, founder and head trainer of Studio PP, and I'm excited to partner with Medibank to bring you our Live Better at Home activities. Today I'm going to be taking you through a stretch and restore class, combining Pilates movements and stretch sequences to help you really tap into your parasympathetic nervous system and calm the body down. You can do these activities anytime at home. I hope you enjoy. So as many of you know, the foam roller is one of my most favourite exercise tools. It's a tool that has transitioned its way from professional sports into an everyday piece of exercise equipment. I swear by the foam roller and what it can do for our bodies and how it can help us instantly get out of our heads and back into our physical bodies. So today we're going to start by just sitting up on our foam roller. I find this just a really nice, comfortable position to sort of feel our sit bones and become lengthened in our spine. And we're just going to start by being mindful, being a little bit more present in our bodies, getting out of our heads and back into our physical bodies by connecting with the breath. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Let it go. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more here, in through the nose. Good. And out through the mouth. Good. And you can just take the shoulder blades back and down. Just keep that breath going. Reach your hands up above your head. Good. Feel any tension releasing from those shoulders. Can reach up and over. And then just bring yourself back down. Hopefully you feel comfortable. Relax the hip flexors. Relax the pelvis. And just take a moment here. We're going to move on to our foam roller next. So we're taking the foam roller horizontally across the front of our body. We're going to bring ourselves down onto the foam roller. So I always say that the foam roller should never go more than never go up into the hips. We want it to be about 1 inch below the hips and about 1 inch above the kneecaps. And we're just going to start with a nice juicy roll here, a nice mindful roll through the front of the quads. And this is just a great way to boost the lymphatic system, just to reduce any inflammation and congestion that's running through the body. And then I like to just take my feet in and out. So we're turning the feet out, so heels together, toes apart for a few rolls. And then we're going to go toes together, heels apart for a few rolls here. And you can just keep swapping forward and back and feel those inside thighs and outside thighs just starting to release. And then from here, we're going to come onto our sides, ITBs. Not everyone's favourite, but you can use that top leg to take a bit of the weight off, take a bit of pressure off. The bottom leg is nice and straight, and we're going to roll again from the hip all the way down to just about 1 inch above the knee, and we're just rolling out through the side of the legs, really working that ITB band. So you can drop the hips forward if you want to get more into those hip flexors. I can definitely feel those ones nice and high up in the leg, and then roll all the way down to the knee. And then you can bring the hip back up again and go back into that IT band. Nice big deep breaths here. We're going to go for another 5. Good, we're going to go for 4. We've got 3 to go here. Good, 2 and 1, just lengthening that connective tissue and then coming on to your other side. Elbow down, lengthening that bottom leg. Good, and just ridding the body of any stress, and congestion. As you connect the breath, try not to think about how horrible this feels, but instead focus on the positive. Think about how good this is for your body, how nourishing and how restoring this is for the fascia, for the connective tissue of the body. And I know coming off the ITBs is not always the nicest, so coming into one of my favourite stretches, we're going to reach the foam roller out in front of us, reach those hands all the way out into your child's pose. You can just hold that child's pose for a couple of breaths, and you'll feel your back and your hips starting to sink into that stretch. And then from there, you can roll up, cat-cow, round the spine, bring the fingertips right up, and then exhale, lengthen, push away. And then reach all the way up, round the spine, and then exhale, push away. We're going to do 2 more here. Reach up, bring the pelvis through. That's it, the pubic bone through, and then reach away. It just feels so nice through that tight back. Exhale, push out. I'm going to get you to do 3 more here, drawing all the way up, reaching all the way out, reaching all the way up, and coming all the way out. And if you like, you can stay out there so that the roller sits just sort of underneath your wrists, and you're going to press that roller all the way away from you. And then you're just going to roll forward and back. Just tiny little rolls here. Feel the back of the shoulders stretching. Good. Feel that mid-back opening up for 4. For 3. For 2. And for 1. Curling yourself all the way up. Now, this next exercise is one of my all-time favourites. It's hard to pick a favourite when it comes to the foam roller with me. It's like picking a favourite child. But what I want you to do is sit up on the end of the foam roller and then lie yourself all the way back down, letting your spine just sort of take that length of the foam roller. So you want to feel 2 connection points here. 1 behind the back of your head and 1 at the base of your spine, at your sacrum, those 2 connection points here. And you just want to connect to the breath and think about creating length through those 2 points. That should already feel fantastic, especially if you have a tight back, you have tight hips. You should just feel yourself melt into the roller. And from here, you're going to reach the hands up to the sky, and we're just going to take 1 arm back and 1 arm down, and then back through center, 1 arm back and 1 arm down. Good, really opening up through the chest. And what you want to think about here is not fighting the roller or trying to stay up and off the roller, but instead melting into the roller. So open the body up and over the roller and just feel that chest starting to open up. And just feel that stress melting away, especially if you've been typing away at your laptop or at your desk. This should feel really, really nice. We're going to go for another 4 here. We're going to go for 3. We're going to go for 2. And we go for 1. You can take both hands up and over and just hold that stretch here. Take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, open up into a cactus. So cactus arms, so if you're up here, we're going to open up into that nice cactus shape. And you should immediately feel your pecs and your shoulders come alive. And this should just feel beautiful. You can see I'm tight through my shoulders, like struggling to get my hands down to the ground. Some people can get straight down there. You might find yourself up quite high, which means you're holding quite a lot of tension through your front body. So we really just want to sit in that cactus shape. And on each exhale, feel yourself letting those arms just open up a little bit further. Deep breath in. Exhale, feel the arms open up. That's it. And try to get that hand or that wrist and that forearm back down towards the ground. And once you get there, you'll feel this big lengthen, this big stretch through the front of the body. And you just want to breathe into that stretch. And if you need to, you can reach the hands up a little higher and then draw from the elbows and come a little lower. reach up a little higher and come down a little lower. And again, just hold that stretch. Deep breath in. Big exhale out. And then just bring the hands back down beside your body and just recalibrate on that roller. From here, we're going to really press our heels down into the mat, spread our toes on the mat, make sure you're in a nice bridge position. We're going to tuck the pelvis under. Good. So come out of neutral, tucking all the way under, drawing that pubic bone towards your nose, and then lifting up into a nice bridge pose. That's it. And then rolling back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, using the line of that roller to bring yourself back down. Deep breath in, exhale, lifting up and away from the roller. Good. And then coming all the way back down. If you're struggling to balance here, feel free to just take your hands a little wider if that helps you. Wherever you feel most comfortable. This is your stretch class, and I want you to feel like you're doing what's best for your body right now. Giving yourself the time that you may not give it otherwise. Coming all the way up. We're just going to do 3 more here. Just feel the spine melt back down into the foam roller. 2 more here. Lifting up, rolling all the way down. We've got 1 more here. Tucking and lifting, holding at the top. That's it. And then rolling all the way back down. That's it. And just take 1 last little big deep breath there. Feel really heavy through the coccyx bone. And a big exhale out. Now, there's no glamorous way to come off a foam roller, so I'm just going to get you to roll to the side. Keep that foam roller close. We're going to come back up into our bridge position, and we're going to take that foam roller underneath our hips. So it sits right underneath the coccyx bone, so you want to almost feel the hips sink into that roller. You don't want to be arched up over the roller. You want to let the roller take a bit of pressure off that lower back. It's lovely here. It's almost like you can just feel the pressure, the tension, or the congestion that builds through those SI joints, through the lower back. Just ease. We're just getting you in an inverted position. It's just so nice for the lower back. So it should already feel really good. We're going to grab on either side of the foam roller here and bring our legs up into tabletop. Make sure you're comfortable. And then we're just going to let the knees go side to side, and you're just giving yourself that little self-myofascial release through the hips. So we're just going to get this nice little massage through the hips and the lower back. And you also get that nice stretch as you just let the knees fall side to side. Don't go too far. Keep it small and just enjoy that little rock and roll side to side. Good. We go for 4. Keep that tummy slightly engaged for 3, 2, and 1, and back down. I feel like I told a fib before. Maybe this is my favorite stretch. It's hard, but this is another great one. Again, I'm someone who suffers with a lot of lower back pain and a lot of lower back tension, and I just find for my hip flexors, this is so relieving. So if you ask someone that does suffer with a bit of tension, congestion, or chronic pain in your body, or you're someone who sits at a desk a lot, this should feel fantastic through your hip flexors. So we're lengthening out through one leg. I'm very tight through my hip flexors. You can see it's hard for me to get that foot down to the ground. And we're drawing the opposite leg towards us. Good. Then we're swapping over. We bring the other knee to our chest, and we extend to the opposite leg. And where you should be feeling that is through the front body. So you should be feeling your hip flexor opening and lengthening through the front body. And then we're swapping sides. We're going to do 1 more on each side. So hopefully by the second round, your muscles will have relaxed. They'll be listening to you a little bit more. Sometimes they fight you on that first exercise. So we just want to breathe. Breathe into the stretch. Yes, I know it's tight. Good. And as you exhale, let it go. Then we're going to swap 1 more time. I can already feel that tension leaving my body. It's so nice. You might have one side that's worse than the other. I always know sometimes my left side needs a little bit more love, a little bit more TLC than my right. So if that's the case for you, just give that tighter side a couple more extra breaths. And really think about drawing that extended leg towards your midline. And if you need to, you can just do a couple of little quick up and overs here. Good, to finish off. And then take the legs back down and just find yourself back in that slightly inverted position and finish with a couple of breaths here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Good, just connecting to that breath and create length or think about length in your body as you take these breaths. In through the nose. Good, and out through the mouth. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. One more breath here. We're going to go in through the nose, out through the mouth. And by using that breath, you're tapping into that parasympathetic nervous system. So we're getting you out of that fight or flight state. We want to get back into that rest and restore state. That is how you're going to get the most out of these stretch and restore classes. So really connect to that breath. It's so, so important. We're going to take that foam roller back behind for my ladies working out at home, right behind your bra strap, so where you would do your bra strap up. And for boys who are doing this at home, you want to think about right where your heart rate monitor would sit or clip up. So right through that mid-back. We're going to bring the hands behind your head, elbows in, and from here we're going to reach up and over. So we're going to arch the back up and over, and then we're going to come all the way forward. So as you can see, my bum is still on the mat, and I'm just working on that upper thoracic. So we're just working on that extension over the roller. And then that flexion, a little bit of abdominal connection here. Good, extension over the roller. It feels so good. And flexion. One more here. Good. And all the way up. And then once you're back in that flexion, now you can press into the heels and lift the bum off the ground. And then from here, we can roll forward and back. Good, rolling forward. Really facilitating that nice stretch through the spine. And letting that roller just take the shape of the spine and really just, it's almost like you've got a rolling pin to all those little tight and congested spots in the back of your body. Good, just smoothing out the body. And the more I find I visualize that, the more I get out of the stretch. That, with the connection to the breath, is so helpful. 2 more. Good. 1 more. And rolling back down. Good. From here, I'm going to get you to roll all the way down, and then that roller is just going to sit sort of right behind your head. So girls, make sure that sort of little ponytail is out of the way. You want it to sit kind of quite high up behind the head. You don't want it to be tucked under the neck, but instead you want a little bit of length from the ears, from the earlobes to the shoulders. Bring the hands open up, palms up to the sky for energy. And then we're just going to take the right ear down towards the right shoulder. And then you come back through center. And then you're going to go left ear to left shoulder. And just really soft through here. You can readjust the foam roller as needed. There are so many nerve endings in the neck, so we just want to take it really easy here and go with what feels comfortable for you. I find this really, really relieving for all of those tight little muscles through the front of the neck and our scalenes, and where posturally we can hold a lot of tension. It can just be a really calm, nice stretch to get a little bit of length back through the neck and shoulders. We're just going to do 2 more here as long as you're comfortable, letting the head go all the way over. And if it feels really nice, you can stay there and just connect to the breath. And 1 more up and over. Again, this class is not about pushing your limits. It's not about taking your body to where is uncomfortable. It's the opposite. We are tapping into our rest and digest system. We are tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system. So we want to bring the body back down again. Use this as a recovery day in between your other high intensity classes, or use this to help aid in better sleep at night, or to put you in a better state of mind if you're feeling stressed or anxious. That is what these moves are for. Remove the roller away from your head. We don't need him for a moment. And then from here, all you're going to do is bring your right leg up and over and coming back into a nice glute stretch. And if you like, you can bring that opposite leg up and just hold that stretch here. We really want to get into the connective tissue, so it's about nice long holds. And again, that connection to the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I know I could stay here all day. I need these glute stretches so badly. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. You can, of course, hold that for as long as you like. Good. And coming into the other side. You've got that space bar and that pause button if you just want to stay in any of these juicy stretches and hold them for yourself. We're going to do another 3 breaths here. Big exhales. 2 more. In through the nose. 1 more. And just bringing those knees to your chest and giving yourself a nice little hug here. You can do a little rock from side to side, forward and back, whatever you feel you need most, or just hold that nice little hug position. Take any pressure off that lower back or spine. Deep breath in. And big exhale out. Good. And to finish, we're just going to bring ourselves all the way back up to seated. We're going to grab our foam roller one last time, and we're just going to finish with a bit of a modified mermaid. So we're going to use the foam roller, and we're just going to press that foam roller away from ourselves and then reach that opposite arm up and over. So you want to create length in the body, lifting up through your side body, and reach the hand up and over. That's it. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, reach up and over. And back through center. 1 more here. Reaching up and over. Good. And back up. And then you're just going to switch it on over. Take it to the other side. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. Feel those sit bones. I always know it's a lot harder for me on one side than the other. So really think about evening through those sit bones. It's really hard. Think about sitting up nice and tall, reaching up and over. And back. Reaching, big exhale. Good. And back. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, up and over. And back through center. We're just going to finish with the breath here. You can finish with a crossed leg position. You can come back up on top of your roller. You can come back into your mermaid position. Wherever you feel most comfortable is really important here. And to finish, we're just going to bring our hands to our heart center. And just feel our heart rate hopefully has gone right down. Connecting to that breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. 1 more here, in through the nose. Hold that breath at the top. Hold for 3. For 2, for 1, big exhale out. Bring the hands up and overhead. One last time, think of something that you are grateful for, that's worth getting out of bed for in the morning. And bringing those hands back down, big exhale. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I hope you feel restored, a little bit more nourished, a little bit more lengthened in your bodies and in your minds. Have a wonderful rest of your day.